Okay, before we get started, this is Lewitt LCT240 Pro, and this is the Lewitt LCT440 Pure. Pro, Pure. Let's see how they stand up against each other. Don't worry, we're going to do the comparisons in just a bit, but I wanted you to see this, or hear it. Now, for years, I've recommended the AKG P120 for anyone looking for an amazing all-arounder mic to start your collection with. It's kind of the best of both worlds. It had a smaller size capsule, which made it great for recording instruments that have a lot of attack. Think acoustic guitars, drums, and even pianos. But at the same time as that, because they aren't so small to be considered pencil mics, they can still work really well on voice. And really, I sat on it for years because, well, the P120 has never let me down. And then last week I was walking through a music store and I saw this, the Lewitt LCT240 Pro. And wouldn't you know it, it was part of their rentals and was being sold off used. And from the looks of it, not really used all that much at all. Cool. Just like that, I had another microphone that fit the same bill as a P120. Not quite small enough to be an SDC, though it is defined as such, but also not big enough to be an LDC either. It's kind of in the middle, almost as a specialty style of mic. So let's give this a run around and see what we can get this thing to do. And of course, we can see if it can overthrow my long-standing recommendation of the AKG P120. Now, both these microphones may offer little in this category other than just being great builds all around. The AKG is a rock, very durable, and it actually has a couple switches on it. One is a roll-off, one is a pad. The LCT240 may seem a bit less durable, or perhaps fragile is the word. I don't really think so though. No condensers are really supposed to be taking a beating, so that concept's kind of moot. But I can see both of these surviving the rigors of the road and tour easily as long as they aren't manhandled. Now, one thing that the P120 does seem to have over the LCT240 is a bit more plosive protection, though we will check that out in a bit. Now, out of all the specs that matter, most of them are bang on the same. However, the AKG is a touch more sensitive, but not to any degree that would matter. And the AKG wins on maximum sound pressure level. With the pad engaged, you can get up to 150 dB, while the Lewitt tops out at 142 dB. I'm going to call all this meaningless though, as I can't imagine anything within reason that you might have to record at those pressure levels. If you are, wear protection, and well, the AKG may be your pussycat. One last thing I do have to mention. I bought this as a studio kit, which comes with the shock mount and pop filter. The AKG does not. Now, this studio kit I bought apparently was discontinued. However, you can still buy the added shock mount for it for around $60, I think. Now, if you want to do that for AKG, I believe you need to rely on a third-party shock mount, which may be cheaper, but also it is a third-party, cheaper build. First, let's check out the off-axis rejection of the LCT240. This is me speaking directly into the front of the mic from about 5 inches away. Now I'm speaking directly into the side of the microphone from about 5 inches away. And now I'm speaking directly into the rear of the microphone from about 5 inches away. It's kind of hard with these shock mounts, man. Now let's check out the plosive rejection for the LCT240. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Now let's look at the proximity effect for the LCT240. This is me speaking directly into the front of the capsule from about 5 inches away. Now I'm directly on top of the capsule. 5 inches away, directly on top. So last thing I wanted to point out, I'm on the 440 right now, is part of the studio combo, the box, has some little holes in it. So you can actually use the box as a stand. So as you can see, this is the stand. The mic is sitting. Now, I did it the other way around. This is, I guess, if you want to record guitar. Let's switch it around so it can actually be, yeah. Okay, and now we have the LCT240 in its box stand. Yeah. I mean, if you're desperate, there you go, keep the box. I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing this though. This isn't a good mic stand. Just, go buy a mic stand. They come pretty cheap. So now we have the LCT240 up against the LCT440. This is about 2/3 the size of the capsule that is in the 440. Now you're going to notice a little bit more detail in the top end on the 240 than you will on the 440. The 440 is going to be a little smoother throughout the frequencies. And this is what it sounds like when you go back and forth between them. Now, there is also a decent price difference between these microphones as well. I'll put the prices up here. But it isn't really about comparing the two as which one you should buy over the other. It's very much kind of a use case scenario between these two microphones, because this one, having the smaller capsule, is going to do some different things than this one. So this is the sound difference, though. I really want you to go back and forth and really hear what the difference is with that smaller capsule. So now we have the LCT240 up against the AKG P120, and this is a bit awkward because neither of these have any plosive protection, especially the LCT240. You'll notice with the grill of the LCT240, you can clearly see through to the capsule. Now, usually if you can see through it, your breath can get through it. So I don't know exactly how poppy I'm being right now, but I'm trying to be a very good boy. I've backed off a little. Maybe I'm about 6 inches away from both. And this is what it sounds like between the AKG P120. Both of the switches are set to flat, and the LCT240, which doesn't have any switches. And this is what it sounds like as you go back and forth between them. I mean, between the two microphones, the P120 and the LCT240, it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, kind of a no-brainer for purchasing either one, especially as a first mic or an instrument mic. Maybe this is your gateway drug to pencil mics. These mics are a great way to experience that tactile feel of music with that ability to record the attack of an instrument so well. Pair it up with a large diaphragm and get the best of both worlds. And what I love about Lewitt is that the mics are very attainable and easy decisions for studio mics. And if you are looking for a bit more, perhaps some more options with switches, and the P120 isn't a slouch either. I want to know though, which one of these did you like that you heard today? You had the P120, the LCT440, and the LCT240. Let me know down below. Cheers, guys, and thanks for watching.